you know, he's in Jackson. But I did put him on the flyer on purpose because I put myself on the flyer. And, but I did save, I thought, the best for last. So he is the last speaker of the day. So I'm gonna start crying and stuff that he gets emotional. But he's gonna talk about residual income and retirement. Because that, I mean, really is the reason why we are doing this business, right? Residual income, you cannot have to work. I mean, I'm 38 and I've already thought about, man, when can I retire? And I'm thinking it's gonna be like 48, right? So 10 years and I can work really hard. So that's what he's gonna talk about, and that will close us out. All right.
I had the PowerPoints, they didn't work out right. I had a PowerPoint pictures. I'm not going to talk in about 5 minutes. Honestly, I mean, for those that don't know me, my background, I was a major business owner for many years, had over 400 employees. I was in the textile world, and when NAFTA was signed, I found myself starting over. I don't know what to say. I have a really joke about this because when people say to me, well, I've seen those things, that's just Tennessee term for network marketing. They tell me, oh, those things don't work. Well, when I started in this industry, I didn't want to do it, period. Didn't believe in it, period. And I needed it. And I'm a football coach, wearing shorts up here. So you don't have to worry about how you dress. Ties perfect for tennis shoes and shorts. Got one right here too. My point I'm trying to make to you is I didn't want to do it. Chris talked about it. Why? I had it. I broke it. Couldn't find a job. I was $680,000 in personal debt because I didn't bankrupt myself. I bankrupted my company. So when people tell me it don't work, I just laugh because I don't have any debt. And Todd, by the way, the story about sitting on your hands, that was specifically for me. Because one of the things this business will make you do when you, at least for me, when you get enough residual, it's really hard to go to work. For me, I don't have an alarm clock. Kristen will tell you, I don't get up. I might get up, but it's 3 cups of coffee before I'm taking any phone calls. But I want to make a point, is that life is about, to me, 2 things. Because as I got older, I found out there was other things that were involved. One was my health, right? So if you don't have health, it don't matter if you got money. So you might as well be broke. If you get my point, if you ain't got no money, you can't do nothing. I got friends that are my age taking second jobs, not that they want to, because they have to. I don't mind. My sister likes to work. I don't know where she went. I said, she was back home a minute ago. She probably left when she comes up. So my point I'm making to you is that not people believe you. And I actually joined this industry and was going to say, I'm not going to do that long term until I find my real business. And then I realized this was real. I just had to do the work. I brought that up because now I've gotten really lazy. I'm folks from Arkansas, I'll tell you, I ain't been over there in a while. I do call them though, or text a little, but the thing that happened that made me even be here today is that somebody that's very dear decided they wanted to get really engaged. Puerto Rico, by the way, I should tell you, Krista told me she's taking care of everything, so I'm gonna give her a hard time. She said, I'm taking care of everything. I got this whole thing set up. Then she just whispered to me, oh, Dad, they had your credit card on file for the room, so I just kind of. I got notified that about 8 minutes ago that my credit card had been charged, not hers. So that's okay. I'm not supposed to complain about why, because she's building a business, and guess who her sponsor is? Me. So I heard last week's back pay to this room, so I'm okay with that. But I want to tell you this. I'm 67 years old. When I started with this company, I was on 3 medications, 2 for asthma, high blood pressure, little things, not bad. Felt like I was healthy, weighed 318 pounds, now 238. So I got my weight off. More importantly, I got all my drugs out of the system. No more asthma medicine, not because we were miracle workers, because I just took more control of my health with good products. But then what began to happen as the business grew, and obviously I came here with a group, so I was able to make some money. And what I want you to understand is that my weekly paycheck. So for all these folks that haven't lived on, how many people have got Social Security checks? Really weird. I first got my first one, they told me I was on Medicare. I had to do it, get no choice. I'm like, I want to buy my own insurance. I couldn't do that. You have to take Medicare, no option. So, but what's happened is that I made a lot of money. So I'm one of them people. I mean, I make pretty good Social Security, several $1,000s a month. You draw Social Security. I can promise you, we couldn't live on that. Not, let me rephrase it, we could, because I see people do it. But they ain't doing much. And so for us, retirement meant being able to spend money on the things that we love. And so when I first started here, Todd knows this, and actually Brent got to know that, because I didn't know Brent knew so much about yachts. So what I wanted to do was retire on a yacht, and I don't know what the loop is. You ever heard of the loop? I tell y'all, they're not boaters. The loop means you spend 9 months on a boat, going from the Tennessee River, down around the Keys, up to the north, and then back down to Ohio, back to the Tennessee River. Several thousand-mile trip. I'd made that goal years ago. Okay, so I bought the boat and did it. I bought a 40-foot Carver, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Okay, that's cool. Got a boat, and then most of my Zooms, like people say, you're doing Zooming from the boat all the time. I'm like, yeah, I do, but I don't quit working. So what does that mean? I mean, if you use the boat and bring people down to their customers, guess what you can do? Brand partner, remember tax advantages you're talking about. So I'll get a little ride off there. My wife's even a few years older than me, you know, she won't look it. So the health part is the other side, right? So we can go to the boat and enjoy that. Now, so now my wife we bought her a CD. Now, I probably shouldn't tell her, so I'll get myself in trouble. But she's older than me, more than a year or two. Now you see your wife sitting on a 65-mile-an-hour jet ski, and she's 72. My wife is older than me, but my point is that I see my people in my classes, and I'm like, I don't look that old. I guess I do. And I know I'm doing things. That doesn't mean I don't have any aches and pains. Yeah, I had some back problems. I had oral surgery Thursday. This product did not help my oral. I'm a teeth problem. But my point to you is if you ever get a taste of residual, I do not make as much money here as I did in the movie business, but you couldn't take me back for any price. Why? I got time. Not just money. I got time, which will make me a little on the lazy side. So again, Todd's statement was, don't sit on your hands. And every time I come to one of these meetings, I get around these people, maybe I need to do just a little bit more. I'm coming back. I'm coming back to Parkinson's. I've just been resting. I guess it's the right word, or is that the right word, or just enjoying what's the fruits of the labor means. That's okay. He can say whatever he wants. We worked together 21 years. He bugs me to death. I mean, Ashley texts me every day about the IPA call. Every day. I know he's been just asking about the IPA call. I know it's at 8:15. That's going to be her text. Am I right? I have made 2. Very impressive. I will tell you, my business is a different place. I'm in a different place in life. I don't know where you are in your position. But I can tell you this, Todd's not kidding when he said, this is the unicorn, the 5-day miracle, whatever you want it to be. I wasn't pushing Kristen to work this business too hard because I knew there was things unstable. What's happened now? I'm a business guy, guys. And my background is business. I've had 2 W-2s in my life. 2. I hated both of them. I hated both those jobs. The reason I'm telling you that is I've always worked for myself. I know business. I know P&Ls. I know what you guys want to watch something special. And I want to be a part of it because I got somebody that is a part of it. But I'm going to challenge you. If you're not where you need to be financially, or you need some more money in residual income, we'll throw one last thing in because I was working on my will. So I talked about being willable, sellable, trust. And I had an attorney I sat down with, and I won't call his name because we're local. And he said, now, I need to understand this again. I said, what do you mean? He said, well, your business makes this much, and when you die, it goes to Judy. Yeah, when Judy dies, it goes to Kristen, and that'll be her business. It goes to the estate. And he's just going to keep paying that. Yeah. I need to know your basis for tax implications. And if you don't know what basis is in accounting, means how much did you invest in the business? And when I joined, the biggest package in was $599, $600. I mean, $699. Doesn't matter. I said $600 bucks on that. 600. He said, so you got $600,000 in it. I said, no, $600. I never forget to look on his face. He just dropped his ink pen. She said, you make this money and you pay $600 for business? I'm in the wrong business. I'm aware. I know that perfectly. I could have gone to school because I only had 1.7 GPA in high school. I say that in a joking way, but he started doing calculations. He said, you know what that residual will be worth? Not particularly. He said, based on my calculations, about $7 million. So I had a $600 investment to build a $7 million business. That's not to brag, it's to make you understand that
You're saying if you sold it, you could sell it for 700,000?
He's not a business broker, but but his basis on what the business will be worth, it'd be worth $7 million.
For somebody to buy it from you.
If they could see that it was stable. And by the way, when I did that, I wasn't sure how stable it was. I bet I could get it for that. Brent, you buying? He actually said maybe. My point to you is if you don't let this opportunity, I don't know what you want. You may just want $1,000 a month. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If you want $10,000 a month, it's available here right now. You've already seen Kelsey. I know her goals have changed. Have they not?
Oh, yeah.
So it's okay to eat in. When I started here, it was just to get by. I need to pay some bills. One was, and so understand that everybody has different moments, in seasons. My season's a little different. I'm just not where I want to, but it sure is hard not. I just know what's happening. And that's why, you know why I don't get on the IPA calls? Because every time I do, it makes me want to make calls. I want to do it for me. So I just do a couple more. Like I thought to quit. I'm like, no, I can add a little bit more here, a little bit more there. It won't be that big a deal. I need to help Chris. I use that as my excuse now. She's like, you're on the phone all the time. Well, but I'm not working like I did. Okay. I challenge you. The next 3 to 4 years will be different for you.
Will you share one last thing?
Yeah.
Chris almost quit about it. He made good money, but there's a difference between going from making good money to saying, hey, I want to go make a living at this. So Chris went on the road back years ago and he called me up and quit one day. Would you mind sharing that?
I told my sister. She's in the room. My sister, she goes back here. So here's what how many of you felt like I see all these success stories, but I can't do it. Not work for me. Don't tell me you don't think. You don't have to raise your hand.
Yeah.
That was me. I had this coach that's teaching me, Todd. I would make enough money to make it work. Now, let me make it clear. I was serious. I wasn't playing. I was on the road. I was in hotels. I didn't have enough money to spend the night in hotels. I slept in a Suburban when I didn't have enough money for a hotel. That's far cry from driving a Ferrari to work. That's where I had been. So all at once, I'm driving an old Suburban with hell damage, and I'm just trying to make this thing work again, something to get out of the hole. But I couldn't make it work. I tried. I called Todd because I apologized. I said, I got to find something. I got to pay bills. And I ain't making, my wife's working 80 hours a week as a hairstylist trying to keep us ahead. And I got to find something to make me some money. I said, I'm spending more than I'm making. One person changed it all. Funny part is I can't get her to do this business. But she entered the company with before. And my paychecks, Todd always laughed about it. I was making about between $5,000 and $6,000 a good month. But by the time you traveled, spent night in hotels, fed yourself, I wasn't paying any bills. So one person entered. They actually knew the industry better than me. And I went from 6,000 a month to about 22,000. And it went way better now. Way better, like 5 times better. So what I'm telling you is that you're always, for everybody, that one person to take it to the next level. And here's what I also tell you. Be that person. I thought it was me. It was me. So I'm going to tell you why that was the problem. I've been a boss. 400 employees, and I was just giving orders. And I signed somebody up. I wanted to tell them what to do. And I learned what they were teaching. Pour yourself into them. Coach Palmer's as good as I've ever seen him. Todd is, and Ashley, they help their people get to the next level. When it becomes about them, I'm just going to be totally honest. It's all about me when I started. Why? Because I started. So it had to be about me to begin with. Then when I realized I started pouring myself into these people that I wanted to see them succeed, it was crazy. So we went through that difficult time of the season, but when it did hit, and I think Todd said this to me before, 2 years in, and finally it blew up for me. He said, you were prepared. You know why I was prepared? I had worked so hard and I knew everything they'd all gone through. Everybody was telling me how they were struggling. I'm like, yeah, I got that. I did the same thing. And I'm just going to tell you, it was I would never go back to real world. I don't know what else to call it. Y'all know that song by Gnarls Barkley called Crazy? If you hadn't, I want to challenge all of you. People think you're crazy. My neighbors up here, I live in Vanguard, so they're local, just a couple blocks from here. We have all these expensive homes in our neighborhood. I tell them, it's the who's who except for me. Everybody in the neighborhood thinks I'm a drug dealer. When I told one of the guys in the supermarket chain that I was a network marketer, he said, "Well, you really is." Network marketer. No, I'm Chuck. Talk to me. I'm a network marketer. Really? That's the pyramid kind of deals, right? Yeah, I'm in a pyramid. But I wasn't going to get him. I wasn't going to, why I didn't get him. I didn't want him. I mean that in a negative way. He didn't have a why. He's my neighbor. He's gonna worry me to death if he didn't. I just say I don't. So everybody's trying to recruit your neighbor. I don't recruit neighbors. I don't have to fool with them. I'd rather talk to somebody that wants it, not somebody that I want to put. Don't beg people to join your business. Learn that the hard way. If you got to beg them to get in, you got to beg them to work. I want people looking for me. People who want better. And people will tell you they want better. Kristen's perfect example. I used to use this as an example. She got a really nice gym. I do know the color of the carpet. This one's black. But I have not picked up any weights there. I've also not used any treadmills there. And I didn't use the sauna. So I'm not going to work out. Not very much. Ideal workout is taking stuff to the boat. That's a workout. I appreciate y'all being here. We're going to hang around. I don't want anybody to feel like, I know we've talked about a lot of things. Guys, if you don't understand the new system with the boards, learn it. We have videos on it. I want to hang around with those. Listen, we're not trying to run anybody off. So you want more information. You don't, unfortunately, for Tyler, with the comp plan, that's hard to teach comp plan with visual aid. You did good. But you do not have to understand the comp plan. You know why I know that? Kristen has no clue.
Oh, she's getting good now. She's not one of the anymore.
She knows the comp plan. She knows
Okay,
it.
well, Ashley has taught her the comp plan. I just told her to call me when you need to play somebody.
Not anymore.